Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Sorry for the wait, guys. I was just getting a few things, editing some shit real quick, and okay. Still on the sick side, as you could see. Getting better. So just waiting for Spunky to get in here, and we should be all settled. And if it takes a little too long for me to get in, I'll start. I'll start this off. So I'll have my camera on in a second, guys. I'm just doing something. Um, so, well, here we are. NFC Championship game Sunday, 6:40 in the afternoon. Excited. I enjoyed myself at the divisional round a lot. Had a good time. I really enjoyed myself. It was a lot of fun, have to say. Where the hell is my? Sorry, guys. I gotta put up my YouTube channel. I thought I just had my YouTube channel up, but apparently, oh yeah, I do. Never mind. I'm good now. Eric, what you just said about Nick Foles, 100% right. Nick Foles really looked nice in that second half. Dead on. They really went back to the Chip Kelly offense. Totally. One second, guys. Hold on. One second, guys. One second, guys. Yellow, hello.
What up?
Hey.
How you doing?
Much, man. Sorry I didn't contact you earlier today. I've been busy all day today.
Understood.
So I figured.
How you been?
All right, man. Trying to get over the sickness and getting ready for this exciting matchup for Sunday. So I'm excited. NFC Championship game versus the Vikings, 6:40, and I'm excited.
I agree, man. I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
Oh yeah.
This is for the Super Bowl, man. It's crazy to be saying that right now after everything that's happened this year, but we're playing for the Super Bowl.
Yes, we are. Probably guess the best defense in the whole league right now. The best defense.
Yeah, I think they're ranked number one right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But we got defense too, and I expect our defense to show up and play well. So,
I heard about the Mike Zimmer shit talking about that he wants Viking fans to take over the stadium. Not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen.
nowhere in hell.
No.
Nowhere in hell. No way hell you come to Philadelphia, take over the link.
That
Not
one-eyed
happening.
pirate, fucking Mike Zimmer, could think all that shit he wants.
And
No.
the moment, the funny thing is, those tickets sold out within a few minutes of them going on sale. So
So
Eagle fans responded immediately and bought those tickets up.
So I checked the tickets that I just checked the section that I usually sit in. $647.
God damn.
647. So I had tickets for so I got offered tickets yesterday for 180 a piece, which was great.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna stay home and I miss a lot of work and just gonna stay home, probably hang out with a few people and watch the game. So I'm just gonna stay home this week and that's it. So yeah, so it should be that's just crazy money. That's just fucking nuts. Love my team,
Yeah.
but that's crazy. That's crazy.
It is.
Um, but to see how I watched that whole entire Saints Vikings game, and you know what? There's a lot of things you could take out of it, which I think each side only had one sack. I think each side only had one sack for the whole day. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Saints run a 3-4 defense. I'm not sure. I think they only have a 3-4. I need to check that. But the pass rush wasn't. I mean, Keenum had all day to throw. I mean, there was probably a few times where Keenum had at least, I don't know, 12 seconds probably. I mean, it was that long. So I'm hoping that you know I'm hoping that we could do something. It's probably our best chance to get to Case Keenum. Probably the best quarterback, the most not mobile quarterback to go up against. And we know how me and you feel about Case Keenum. We're not scared of him, as they're probably not scared of Nick Foles because I highly doubt it. But
Yeah.
I think we can get the ball off well enough to where we can make some plays and we can really get things going. If we can at least pressure Case Keenum, I think can go a different direction.
Yeah, man. I have absolutely no fear whatsoever of Case Keenum. When you pressure that guy, he makes mistakes. And there was a couple plays in that Saints game where the Saints did get pressure on him, and he threw a really horrible interception. He just threw it up in the air. So I love the fact our pass rush is a whole lot. It's so much more superior to the Saints. So we get the pressure on him, man. He's going to make mistakes. So I love our defense going against their offense.
Yes.
Our pass rush. I expect our pass rush to be in his face throughout the game.
See, our D line is crazy because you know what? Even with the Vikings D line, it's they got Linval Joseph, they got Everson Griffin's probably the one guy that is going to cause a lot of trouble. He's probably the one guy he's had a sack every game this year, so he's been very disruptive. But that's only one guy. I understand, they have a great defense, but we've been in this thing before, before the Broncos game. They said they had the number one defense, and look how that turned out
Yeah.
in the time of events, when that game was on. So, it should be good, but Case Keenum, like you said, does not scare us. I give the guy, props for, props for being that journeyman quarterback, taking that team, got the chance he had to be a starter and ran with it. So, you know what I mean? But he ain't going to survive in Philly. I think we can do enough to where he ain't going to move backwards fast. The only thing he probably does well, he's got that one move where he can make a move, but that's it. All you're going to get out of him is one move. He's athletic, but he's not to the point where he ain't Russell Wilson athletic. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not, he's nothing that's he ain't gonna get away from us. Speed wise, he ain't gonna get away from us. So I think, he'll be nice and poised in that pocket and move up in the pocket. If there's a hole open to move up in the pocket. But other than that, I think if we get to lay a hand on him, we can make this a huge turnaround. So
I agree. I agree 100%. Definitely, I love that we got this matchup. I did not think it was going to happen. I thought the Saints were going to win that game. So I'm very happy that this was the matchup I wanted. I wanted a piece of the Saints all year. No, excuse me, a piece of the Vikings all year. So I'm happy that we're finally getting our shot at them, man. I'm looking forward to it. I think I love our chances against Case Keenum a whole lot better than what I liked us going against Drew Brees. So I'm very happy about the matchup we got here, and I expect us to go out there and get the job done. I don't care how we get it done, as long as we get it done.
Right. These defensive backs need to catch some fucking interceptions. They got to make some plays because there was at least three
Yeah,
times they should have caught a fucking ball, last week, and
Jalen Mills dropped a pick, didn't he?
dropped two of them.
Two. Yeah, that's
And
terrible.
then Kendricks literally he cut right in front of the receiver and literally should have had that one. So we should have drowned this fucking Falcons team. Um, you
We,
know.
we left a lot of points on the board. We definitely
Oh,
did.
definitely.
Like there were times where like the offense was starting to get clicking. Nick Foles was getting in the rhythm, and it was field goals, man. Like we got to start getting that end zone. We got to start scoring touchdowns. A lot of points that we, like I said, we left on the board, and we got to make sure that we're executing, we're finishing up drives, in this game.
Yeah, when
Because
it go ahead.
points against this defense, man. You got to get those points. You got to get down that field. You got to get you got to score. So the turnovers is something we got to work on as well because I think we had like two fumbles early in the first half of that game. I think Jay Ajayi fumbled, I believe Blunt fumbled as well.
Yeah. And then on top of
So yeah,
that, you had the punt, the punt fumble as well.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That hurts. And they just had to, I thank God it didn't make a huge turnaround. Thank God it didn't make a huge difference because we'd be fucking screwed if, even the pass that deflected and went to Torrey Smith's hands. I mean, that was just amazing. It went right to him and it got him to almost the 50-yard line. So
yeah,
that shit's Nick Foles threw a really bad fucking pass. That was a bad fucking pass.
yeah. He threw that right to the defender, and we got lucky that the defender couldn't catch and it bounced off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad throw, very bad throw. But we got the turnovers, man. They gotta stop. We gotta play as close to perfect football as we can to beat this team because it's not. Even though I like the matchup against this team, I'm not gonna. It's gonna be a tough matchup. It's gonna be a tough game. You got two very good defenses. Two career backup quarterbacks. So I think it's gonna be a defensive battle. That's what I'm seeing. A defensive battle. It's gonna be a team that makes the most plays. The team that wants it the most that's gonna win the game. That's gonna pull it out. That's what I'm
Right.
seeing.
Right.
I'm not expecting a blowout by either side, man. I'm expecting a close defensive battle.
That's why no one should say a fucking word about us killing anybody. It's all about this defense. Hands down, it's all about this defense, really, because I mean the way they, I think the Falcons are definitely are declining, especially the new offensive coordinator now, and they passed 4 times from the 2-3 yard line. So it's just crazy because I would think with Freeman and Coleman, they would have ran the ball up the middle at least once, and they didn't even
Yeah,
do that, which I don't know why, because they actually have been the worst in red zone when it comes down to Julio and Matt Ryan. So it actually was on the stat sheet, it's horrible with them in the red zone on the pass.
I agree.
That's just insane. But we picked it up, and now I thank God we have first seed, and thank God they're coming to us. And that's we're still underdogs in this game. I think we're a 3.5 spread, underdog spread in this game. It's even more than last game. So we'll see where it goes, but I have a lot of faith in this defense. I mean, since it was a nice little build up from the Raiders game. It was a nice little build up. Like it built up to this point, and I'm glad that it's just getting better and better and better. All they got to do is win one more, and we're in the Super Bowl. One more, and that's it. It's really exciting, and just the suspense this week is killing me. Like it's just I want this day to get here already. It's not coming fast enough.
You and me both. Hell, I wanted to play the Vikings. The day they won on Sunday, I wanted to play the Vikings. So I'm ready for this game. I'm very ready for this game. I've been wanting to play the Vikings all year, so I'm ready for Sunday to get here.
I am too, bro.
Definitely ready for Sunday to get here, man. And they're coming to the link. They are an indoor team, so that's another advantage that we have. They're going to be playing out in the cold in Philadelphia.
Not in some fucking dome.
Not some dome, yeah. Not some dome in Minnesota. They're coming to Philadelphia,
Yeah.
so I'm very happy about
They
that.
ain't playing a game with the fucking heat on and shit. With the fucking heat, and the fucking blankets and shit.
Yep.
They're playing in real fucking football weather.
And hopefully on Sunday they giving us a ticket to their stadium in the Super Bowl. That's hopefully on Sunday. That's what it is, man. We're going to their stadium to play whoever wins in the AFC. I'm definitely crossing my fingers, man, and hoping for the best. But I feel pretty good about a chance in this game, man. I thought Nick Foles got he struggled in the first half, but I thought Doug Peterson made some good adjustments to play to Nick Foles' strengths, and Nick Foles started to get more of the rhythm later on in the second half. So hopefully he takes he takes that, he builds on from it, and going to next week. So I'm starting to actually get more and more confidence in Nick Foles. I think Nick Foles definitely is capable of leading us to the big game.
Yeah, not even I'm so confident in Nick Foles, but Doug Peterson really turned my head because not only what did he adjust so well, Deuce Staley's wasn't even in charge of putting the running backs in. Doug Peterson was in charge of putting all the running backs in this game on certain plays. He was in charge of the whole fucking thing, the whole show. He really turned my head this game, and he could handle a playoff game, and that's a really, really fucking really good sign. So Doug Peterson, not just Nick Foles, but Doug Peterson really turned my fucking head. And the thing is, I think the only thing this team could really take a shit, to lose a game is they cannot put on Nick Foles' back to make that throw. They have to all they have to all come together. All of them have to put in the work because it cannot be to one man. I understand there were some plays where, Alshon Jeffrey had 3 receptions in a row, and I was happy because he disappeared the whole first half. So getting him into the game, using his size, using what he has, using the matchups. When they had one-on-one with Jeffrey, he was an automatic go-to guy. I don't doubt that, I saw that was a lot of Chip Kelly offense. It brought back some fucking. My head was like, "Whoa, this is too fucking." I feel like I've seen this shit before. This shotgun shit, shotgun fake. Oh man, it was just. It brought it back, but Nick Foles looks better than he does under center. I'm not saying that they'll never go under center, but I'm saying he looks more natural because he played that system in that shotgun.
And he had his most success on it too. He had a lot of success on that system. So, hey, whatever we gotta do, man, whatever makes him comfortable to his strengths, let's do it. I just want the W. That's all I care about.
Yes. Hold on.
And somebody calling you?
No, it's fucking Hangouts. I think we might have a Vikings fan in here.
Definitely bring them in here. I love talking to some Viking fans right now.
All right, this is one of my good friends, Colton. I've been friends with him for probably 12 years. Good guy, one of my good friends. So he's a diehard Vikings fan, lives in Kansas. So we bring him in. We bring him in here. Very excited though. I'm very excited. But they had a very emotional win. So hopefully they don't get into that emotional letdown stage because we know what happens when you have an emotional win. We had an emotional win against the Giants with a 61-yard field goal, went to LA to verse the Chargers and almost lost 26-24.
Yeah.
Very important game that we had to win. I'm glad. So
I don't think we have to worry about a letdown. I know listen to their mentality, the players' mentality. They're ready for this game. Malcolm Jenkins hearing what he said in the locker room. They feel very confident. They feel very they're playing with a purpose right now. They know that nobody believes in them. Really, a lot of the media especially don't believe in them. So I think they're on a mission right now to prove people wrong. I think they're really they're on a mission to prove people that have been doubting us all year. They're going to miss the proven wrong. So I don't think we got to worry about a letdown. I think they're going to go out there and play their butts off. They're going to play very hard, I think.
And I never knew how important a home crowd really is until I was at that game, and my God, how important it is to have that home crowd on the team's back, and just getting it, man, and just it helps so much, and I can't wait until we play Sunday and show these Vikings what we got. So
Absolutely, absolutely. What do you see the score around? Like, if you had to take a guess, what do you think the score is going to look like?
I could probably see it about, I don't know, probably like maybe 17-10.
17-10.
Yeah, I see
I
that.
have something around. I have something around 2017 is my score, or somewhere
Okay.
around there. I thought if it's gonna be in the 20s, it's gonna be in the low 20s. I think.
Okay.
So I have around 2017. Eagles winning by a field goal.
Yeah, I don't think this shit is going anywhere over 20 points. Definitely not.
Nope.
Joey, are you already talking shit?
Oh, this coaching.
Shut the fuck up. Number one. Number two, you're in my fucking hangout. You're in our fucking hangout. That's number two. So Colton, give me a score prediction of your Vikings against our Eagles here.
Oh man. I want to say like 17 14.
Okay.
Okay, so 3-point game. Not far from what I said. No, it's gonna be. I agree. It's just gonna be a lower scoring game. I don't see either team going over 20. Well over 20. So you're
No.
not too far from what I was saying.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So you have a defensive battle. Defensive battle.
No, I'm very excited to see, how both teams play defensively because it's just going to be, I guess which quarterback makes the mistake the first,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's just you never know. I mean, you see even with Pittsburgh and Jacksonville, that game, like 9 times out of 10, Pittsburgh probably wins that game. But it's any given Sunday with any team, especially in the playoffs.
Very true. That Pittsburgh Jacksonville game, man. I don't know what happened that game. There was absolutely no defense. Like both teams were supposed to have good defenses, but neither defense showed up that game. It was just a shootout.
Yeah.
And I'm rooting for Jacksonville to beat New England, but if they play that defensively, Tom Brady's gonna have he's gonna have a lot of fun with them. So like I said, I'm rooting for them to win, but they can't play like that defensively against Tom Brady.
Right.
So Colton, so do you have is there like a go? I mean, I could say a go-to guy, but is in the playoffs, is it more with the Vikings? Is it more that they need to get the ball to everybody, or is there really more of they pass to only two guys, one guy? Is it more Thielen? Is it more Diggs? Is it more running the ball? Is it balanced out, or what do you think?
I would say it's more balanced out because I mean, every game there's always someone that could just break off. I mean, sometimes Kyle Rudolph could have an amazing game. Sometimes it could be Thielen. Sometimes it could be. I mean, like just showing like last week, Diggs he had an amazing game. I think the on week 16, I think Thielen had the better game of all the wide receivers. So I mean, with that offense, that anyone can go off. Um, I mean, their run offense is been consistent. I mean, I gotta say, for the Vikings, the most improved, I guess position wise, their offensive line has just been, night and day from last year. I mean, like you and I talked about last year how bad the Vikings offensive line was,
Right.
and that it's remarkable, what, Tony Soprano has done with that line. So, but yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, it could be anyone. It could be Jerick McKinnon. It could be Latavius Murray. It could be, it could be Kyle Rudolph.
What is your rank in the rush?
Like rush offense?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't. I know I think out of I think dual backs like who like shared the load. I think they were right behind Kamara and Ingram. Latavius Murray.
Because I know we're ranked third. We're ranked third in the rush.
I want to say for I guess running backs that split time, I think they were second behind Ingram and Kamara.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, I was not very confident. I was not really impressed with their defensive pressure this past week against the Saints, and I know with Philadelphia, you guys have a top 3 offensive line. I mean, and they're going to have to get to the quarterback. I mean, that's the one thing that really scares me, and that in special teams. That special teams really can make or break this game, and I don't know. I just hope that their special teams is just on, but you never know. I mean, Forbath at least misses 1 field goal a game. It's just an exception now. I just always just expect that Forbath is going to miss a field goal no matter what.
We deal with the same thing with Jake Elliott. We deal with the same shit. Jake Elliott always misses the easiest fucking field goal. Then he'll kick a 53-yarder like it's nothing. So it's like he did last game. So it's on and off with him, but mostly on. 1 miss a game, mostly.
Yeah.
With our backs between, it's mostly going to be Jay Ajayi and mostly LeGarrette Blount. So, and a little bit of Corey Clement, our undrafted rookie. So it's more likely the Eagles like to tire the defense out with, a quick. We've pretty much been doing a Chip Kelly offense with Nick Foles because that's where he's comfortable with. So he does the little quick play actions, the little tiny fakes, you know what I mean, and just throws quick dump offs. That's what he's been doing. It's what he did last game. And then they tire defenses out with the pass, and then mostly use Ajayi, and then finish it off with Blount to carry everybody on his back. So that's pretty much what's been happening with this team, especially going and against the Falcons. That's where it helped us a lot. And the run game was, other than the fucking Jay Ajayi fumbled the ball once, LeGarrette Blount fumbled the ball once at the fucking goal line and punted the ball, hit a fucking player, and they got it at the 15. I mean, I don't know how we didn't lose this. We didn't lose this game, but this defense really held up. So that's what we do with our running backs. And, it's – you guys have a 1-2 punch. We have a 1-2 punch, so that's where it really goes.
How do you think the Eagles are going to do against Linval Joseph and the Vikings defensive line?
I don't know. I mean, if I could say,
because I gotta say, probably Linval Joseph is probably one of the best run defensive linemen.
Yeah, and I remember Linval Joseph from a long time ago, probably when he was on the fucking Giants.
Yeah,
with Chris Canty. Yep. On the Giants. That's how I remember him. I don't know. You know what? It's our right side line is great. Like probably have the best right side line in the NFL. But the left side has been really good too. We had our guard Stefan Wisniewski. He was hurt for like 4 weeks with an ankle, and he just came back last game. We did a screen pass to Jay Ajayi. He went for 35 yards. Wisniewski blocked 2 people. He laid out one guy and went to the next guy and blocked him. So he's been a big part. And then our All-Pro left tackle Jason Peters has been out since half the season. So Halapuli Vaitai, our left tackle, has been really putting in the work and been doing a really good job. So I mean, he's faced very good opponents throughout the course of the whole entire year. And they have switched sides, whether it's Von Miller, whether it's Khalil Mack, whether it's it doesn't matter who it is really. He's really taken the role and done good things. So honestly, it's pretty. I've been pretty happy. I'm not really worried about it. I know probably Everson Griffin, probably the only guy really that I probably worry about the most. But you saw how our defensive line was last year. Even when we played you guys, we didn't have half of the pass rushers we had last year. Now we have depth behind starters. We have Chris Long. We have our first round pick, Derek Barnett. That's how he had 6 sacks this year. Vinny Curry, Fletcher Cox, of, and then Timmy Jernigan, a trade with the Baltimore Ravens, switched third round picks, and Timmy Jernigan just got his big ass deal just through half of the year, and he already had I think 6, 7 sacks already. So it's a very they switch guys out every few plays, so it's they'll tire offense, they'll tire the line out, they'll tire offensive lines out, and we got the Matt Ryan a few times, so I mean, it should be a good game.
No, yeah. I'm excited to watch that matchup between the lines. It's going to be a fun battle in the trenches for sure. How do you feel about your guys' wide receivers against the Vikings secondary?
They all got to work together. We can't rely on one guy. We can't rely on 2 guys. Everyone's got to put in the work. Everyone got to pat. Everybody had touches during the Falcons game. Everybody had touches.
Well, I'm assuming Xavier Rhodes will probably be on
Alshon Jeffrey probably the whole game.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't doubt it.
And then I don't know about who's your guys' second? Is it Aguilar? Is he second? Okay.
But the good thing is for both sides, especially with the whole the Rhodes and Jeffrey matchup, is that they're in the same division, so they know how they play. They know how they play each other. So It's a big advantage for both sides. Alshon Jeffrey totally wasn't even in the first half of the game. Didn't even pass to him. I don't know. The offense wasn't clicking too much. It was mostly a rushing first half, but then all of a sudden, second half, he ended up piling up, I think, 70 something, 60 something, close to 70 yards receiving. So, I mean, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle because both of them have battled each other, and it's gone either way. So, it's all about that pass rush for both sides, really. So, because I don't really know. I don't know if do the Saints run a 3-4 defense.
No, I think they went to 4-3.
Okay, they run a 4-3 because I saw Keenum. He had so much time to pass in that game. There was a few times he had like at least 10 seconds, which was fucking nuts. I thought it was crazy, but
yeah.
But I know the Saints don't have what we have. I forgot that D tackle they have over there. I forgot his fucking name, but
Gordon or whatever.
Yeah. I think he's amazing. But it should be in the trenches is probably where it's going to win the game. But I'm not. I don't hate Case Keenum. I don't dislike Case Keenum. He's a journeyman quarterback that has gotten to a good situation, and as soon as it was his time to show up and show that he could play, he did. And now it's the huge story now because now you got 2 former backup quarterbacks that were on the same team now starting for their own teams in the NFC Championship game, which is fucking nuts.
Right. So if you had to say I don't know, I was just kind of thinking about this before I even just came home today. Would you give Keenum the slight advantage from an experience aspect because he's been playing for so long compared to Foles? He kind of started a little later on in the season, and I don't know. I just kind of wanted your guys' take on that. Do you feel like experience, like longer experience, kind of like starting, it kind of plays a role into who will probably perform better on Sunday, or do you think? I don't know.
Spunk, you want to answer that one?
I mean, yeah, Case Keenum started for what most of this year, but when it comes to experience, Nick Foles been in the league longer, hasn't he? Nick Foles been in the league a little bit longer than Case Keenum, hasn't he? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, right?
He's had more starts in his career, yes. More
Oh
starts,
yeah.
more experience, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, man. Yeah, it could be advantage for Case Keenum because he has played more this year. But overall, I don't think Overall, I don't think it's gonna be much of a difference. I don't think either quarterback's gonna go out there and light things up. It's
Right.
gonna be a low scoring game. It's gonna be a defensive battle. But
Right.
I guess you can say Keenum will have a slight advantage because he did play. He was playing more this year. But overall, I expect this game to be more about the defenses than either quarterback. Is what I'm expecting. I
Oh,
think both teams are gonna try to play it safely. Because they don't want either quarterback to make a big mistake. So.
right.
Like I
Right.
said, I'm expecting more of a defensive game than either quarterback in particular. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, how many touchdowns did Case Keenum throw last game?
I think he threw one. They
Okay,
ran. They threw. He threw one, and then they ran two, and then I think the rest were field goals.
okay. So Nick Foles didn't throw a fucking touchdown. Nothing. Okay. We had plenty of chances and couldn't get it done. So with Carson Wentz in there, it'd be a different story because it's just we've seen how he played, and especially in the red zone's been absolutely. We were horrible in the red zone last year, and then this year with now with weapons surrounding him, it was a lot better. But you don't need an elite quarterback in the playoffs to win. I know that's really crazy to say, but you don't need that elite quarterback. It's all about stops. It's all about defense. I mean, I'm not saying you don't have to have an offense. You got to have an offense, but I'm saying to put your offense in good position to win the game or to score, well, whatever it is. That's really where it comes down to. It's yeah, the experience does help for the QBs, and especially Keenum has enough experience. I mean, he's played almost a whole entire season. So Keenum's been in there, and Foles started very very late, and it was really hard for him to click with all these guys, especially Jeffrey. I mean, because Jeffrey disappeared almost half the season. I think he only had within 5 games. I think within 5 games, he only had 2 touchdowns. That was it. Kansas City and against the Chargers, 1 touchdown each. But the experience has to be there, of course. But it all comes down to the defense. So I think that's where it really, not making stupid throws. That's where it's going to matter too. So we'll see down the stretch what happens. But I think both QBs will be careful. I think I think it's going to come down to the pass rush, and what plays can be made by the pass rush. Because honestly, I mean, even with you guys on the D line, I think Griffin puts his hands up, deflects a pass, and Drew Brees' pass gets an interception like it's nothing, and shit like that can't happen in that game. I mean, that's how much it takes. But I guarantee you 100% that this offensive line, our offensive line, will be ready to play, especially at home, and not an offside penalty, nothing. I mean, they was very surprised they were as crisp as they were playing that game last. So that's what I think comes down to the pass rush.
Right. Do you feel like Foles has kind of clicked with the receivers now? Like he's kind of started to develop that chemistry with them, or
Spunky.
Like I said, I thought it got better and better in the second half. He did struggle in the first half, but I thought, he had like 3 straight plays where he was starting to really get hot and hit Alshon Jeffrey like 3 straight times. So obviously it's not the same connection Carson and Jeffrey had, but I do think he is. He is starting to get more and more comfortable with the receivers. I felt that way personally.
Yeah, it's it's gotten better and better. But like I said before, he became the starting quarterback late in the year. So that's where it affected us mostly. It's not like, whenever Keenum went in at that time, Foles was in there. I mean, he just walked in there, and our coach pretty much said, we're not changing anything on the offense. And all of us were kind of like, okay, how can you not tweak the offense? I mean, he isn't Carson Wentz. So they tweaked the offense, and they pretty much went back to his Kansas City tape. They went back to his Eagles tape from 2013, and they did a fast tempo offense in that game, and they tired the defense out, and then finished them off with nice runs. So I think he's at his comfortable zone. I think he's at his comfort zone now, and that's where it's all going to come in. But I think he's a lot more comfortable now. And I think he's a lot more accurate now, and he's getting the passes done. So as long as all these guys around him work and get open and do their thing, I think we have a strong chance to win this game. But that's pretty much it. So.
Right.
Let me ask both of you guys this. You coaching for the Vikings, who do you see as the X factor players, both on offense and defense in this game? And same thing, you, Joey, with the Eagles.
I guess for offense for the Vikings, to be honest, I think Kyle Rudolph has to come to play this game. Like he didn't show up against the Saints, and I was very surprised because I was expecting at least a couple of catches from him, but it was a very quiet game for him. So I'm looking for more from him for sure. Diggs and Thielen, they did their thing last game, but it would be in the running backs. The running backs did amazing last game as well. So I'm just thinking. I mean, he's got to produce some more, especially in this game, especially with that defensive line. I know that they're going to be able to pressure, Keenum, so he's going to have to get that ball out of there pretty fast. So he's probably going to be looking for, I'm guessing, Rudolph a ton, on a lot of plays. So, and for the defense, I really think. Linval Joseph, like I think that I actually think both D tackles, I think I mean that your guys' offensive line is super good. Like I think they're great run blockers, but they're also great pass blockers. And if Linval Joseph can't control the line, I'd probably say it's going to be over, because then that just balances out Foles more. That gives Foles more confidence. A team that's able to run is so much more confident. That makes the quarterback so much better. I mean, it showed like even this year with Kansas City. When Kareem Hunt was playing really good, Alex Smith looked like a fucking all-star. So I definitely think those two, Stefan and Linval Joseph, they got to come to play for sure in this game. So, but yeah, those are probably my X factors for sure.
What about you, Joey, for the Eagles?
X factor for offense would probably have to be offensive line for this game, because I know they could open holes. I'm not worried about the running backs. The running backs could fucking run. I think this offensive line needs to make a push. They need to be aggressive. Open holes for Jay Ajayi, open holes for LeGarrette Blount to get those tough yards. Defensively, I'm probably – other than these corners, other than this whole defensive back area of the game, it's probably, other than them, that they need to make plays. They need to need to get balls in their hand. They need to make plays. They need to get interceptions. They need to do something, because we should have had 3 picks last game. Wide open picks. Wide open. Not kind of open. Not a little open. Wide open. But other than that, I think it's going to come down to the trenches, because honestly, I'm looking at the Vikings and I'm saying, what are they going to do? Because the Falcons, what they did was they double-teamed Timmy Jernigan. And made Fletcher Cox go one-on-one. And what that caused was a sack for Fletcher. He had a sack and 7 tackles last game. And every time the run came up the middle, Fletcher Cox would be right there. Boom, tackle. When it was coming his way. So Double teaming Jernigan or Cox. That's probably gonna be the one thing for the Vikings offense. That's gonna be like who's gonna handle the one-on-one with a certain player? Because I think Cox needs to be double teamed. I think that'd probably be the right thing to do for the Vikings or any team for that matter, because that's the $100 million man, and he has done absolutely amazing. So both our not even just our DNs, but I have to say in the interior for the D tackles, it's very nice. Very nice.
Hey, Joey, will you do me a favor real quick? There's a fake Spunky 1991 troller here. Will you block him real quick? Do you see him?
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta do it for my phone because can't do it on the computer for some reason unless I'm pressed the wrong fucking button.
Colton, let me ask you a question. What effect do you think losing Sherman next year is going to have on your offense? Because he's going to the Giants as head coach.
I don't know. I mean, that's definitely going to be an interesting, I guess, story. Come the off season. He's definitely done an amazing job ever since we got rid of. Man, I can't even think of the offensive coordinator we had before him. But anyways, yeah, he's done an amazing job ever since he took over the reins for the offense, and Zimmer kind of just let him run the show ever since even when Bradford was started last year for them. Bradford did a really good job, and he did a really good job with what he had. With that offensive line, he made that team. I'm surprised that they even went 8-8 last year, even with that offensive line. So. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see, who the Vikings hire. But I'm pretty confident in what Spielman's done so far, and I haven't heard any rumors of who they're thinking about hiring to replace him. But I don't see them going from a different style of what they are at right now. So.
I didn't mind Shermer when he was on the Eagles, and the problem is that we couldn't find out what Shermer can do because Chip Kelly had all the control. So after he got fired week 15, we had him as the interim coach for our last game, and he tweaked the offense and did his own thing, and we looked absolutely amazing our last game. Absolutely amazing. I think DeMarco Murray had the longest run of the year. I think he had like a 50-something yard run. So, we didn't have a chance to, when Chip Kelly had 100% of the control, he was calling the shots. So Shermer had no control over anything when he was over but with us. So, that's where, he's done a great job over there. And, I don't think it's the best fit for New York, for the Giants, as him as a head coach over there. But we'll see.
I'm sorry, this troll, man. I guess he got another fake account pretending to be me on here.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I think he got like multiple accounts. Fake accounts.
Should we go through all the I guess the positions and grade on advantage, disadvantage through all of them?
Yeah, we can do that. You want to go ahead and get started?
Okay. I guess let's start with the defensive side of the ball. So I guess defensive line, I'd probably say the Eagles for sure. Just because they have so many more pass rushers. and they definitely have the run stoppers as well. Um, Not saying that the Vikings aren't great. I just think they have so many more bodies to throw at the Vikings offensive line. So, what do you guys think?
Um, yeah, I would give us the advantage on the D line. I definitely would. Depth, especially with our depth. When it comes to secondary, I would give you guys the slight advantage in secondary, personally.
Hey,
Um,
I'll give you Torrey Smith for Stephon Diggs. Because that motherfucker I can't stand right now.
Yeah.
I can't stand that motherfucker.
I mean, he did have
Joe,
a
we're
few,
not on offense
few big
yet.
catches in that game.
Well, I'm just fucking saying. We need a fucking deep threat. That's number one for the Eagles in free agency. A fucking low-key deep threat this year. Badly. All right, never mind. Forget it.
Yeah, I would definitely say for sure defensive backs. The Vikings have an advantage on that side of the ball, just with Harrison Smith, Sendejo, Xavier Rhodes is probably one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Harrison Smith's probably one of the best free safeties in the league, and then but not Malcolm Jenkins is still he's an all pro. I mean, or Pro Bowler. So yeah, your guys' defensive backs. I mean, they kind of remind me of like the Chiefs a little bit. The Chiefs just find guys out of nowhere, and like 'cause I haven't heard of like any of your guys' defensive backs, but I know that they're really good. They're legit. So, who's your guys' strong safety?
Corey Graham, we got him as a free agent, a late free agent signing. He's a 13-year vet, played for the Buffalo Bills. Played corner most of his career. Then when he got older, he played safety. So the problem was last year is we had a safety come in. I think we had a few safeties come into the spot. And when Malcolm Jenkins had to move, Malcolm Jenkins says you'll see him all over the field. You'll see him at linebacker. You'll see him at at nickel corner. You'll see him on not outside corner this game, but you'll see him at nickel corner and linebacker and sometimes safety. But Corey Graham is a vet, and he's made some good plays this year, and he takes over that safety spot when Malcolm Jenkins is moving all over the field. And the other safety is Rodney McLeod, which was a really good a free agent signing from the Rams that we had. And he's had some up and down times, but he sacked Matt Ryan the other night, from last game, and Corey Graham is a nice substitute, so they can move Malcolm Jenkins all over the field. I mean, as older as Malcolm Jenkins gets, he could still play, and probably one of our best playmakers on the team.
Right. How about linebackers?
Oh, linebackers. No, linebacker this year is at times has been a weakness for us. We lost. Of course, we lost Jordan Hicks early in the season. It's been a kind of patch up. We had Joe Walker in there for a while. That didn't really work too well. We've been mixing in a little bit of Ellaby and stuff. So linebackers. No, linebackers have been kind of up and down for us this year. Of course, we got we got Nigel Bradham. We have Kendricks. Guys like that. But linebacker is definitely a position that come next year. We definitely got to work on the draft, I would say. What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, definitely. Because I know Michael Kendricks is probably gonna get traded this offseason. It's we have to get younger, but Nigel Bradham is probably the one guy you have to watch out for because he is the enforcer. He makes hard hits. He has saved us in a lot of games this year, especially his best game was the Panthers game this year. I mean, he was just all over the field. I think he's 30 years old, but this guy could play another ex Buffalo Bill that Jim Schwartz wanted. So I think then we picked up Ellerby. Play with the Saints. I think play with the Dolphins. I forgot. I think he played with the Dolphins. Has Super Bowl experience, has playoff experience. He was a late signing at the end of the year. Didn't start at all. He was mostly sitting on the bench, but they were working him into the defense slowly, and then finally got a start during the Raiders. And then it's been okay. We patched it up actually nicely. It didn't go as bad as we thought it would because we didn't want Joe Walker or Najee Good, two guys that are pretty much special team guys, to start in the linebacker spot. So Kendricks was bitching about his playing time because Jordan Hicks was in there. He was only in, I think, 23% of snaps last year, and he was complaining. He demanded actually a trade last year, last January. I know last I forgot when that month was. He demanded a trade.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was January of last year, like right after the season ended. Yeah, so I think you're right about the time he did. He requested it.
But Kendricks even Michael Kendricks, he flies all over the field, and he can get it done. So we patched it up actually nicely. I'm surprised we made the moves that we did, but I think it could hold up, especially for if we can make it for the last 2 games of the year. So I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely been patch up at linebacker this year. It definitely has been patch up. But overall, they have played. Overall, they have played well this year.
Right.
But there's going to be a lot of moves to be made, this offseason, at that position.
So would you guys think that the Vikings are better, or would you guys think the Eagles are better at the linebacker position?
I know they're definitely younger. The Vikings are definitely younger. That's definite.
Yeah, Kendrick's little brother plays linebacker for them, don't he?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. The Vikings have Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr. Yeah, they're definitely.
I'm about to say Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr.
They're definitely really, really young. So I would say that they have an advantage definitely in the linebacker position.
Yeah, I think they have a better core than a lot better linebacker core than the Eagles. I think they do.
All right, how about the offense?
The offensive line, I would definitely give the Philadelphia Eagles definitely the advantage on that. Lines for the Eagles are probably their strongest point for the whole team in general.
You can't You can't even compare the if we're going to go to receivers, you can't really compare the receivers this year because we have at least 3 receivers that are over 700 yards receiving this year. So we've gotten the ball to everybody. I know Thielen has over 1,000 yards. I don't know how much Diggs has, but we've been spreading the ball around. With Wentz, we were spreading the ball around really well. So that's where I have to go with the receivers, really. And all receivers are different, man. Like Alshon Jeffrey is just a different receiver. He's not your average. You know what I mean? It's not just a regular receiver going up. He's a 50-50 ball receiver, and there's not a lot of them out there. That with the size and length of what he is. So it's with the receivers. It's a totally different story because we both have played differently. You've depended on guys, especially a receiver that made a lot of plays, and we've had everybody get their passes and get their catches in, and really work as a whole team this year. So for the receivers, I think it's just separate from what stat wise a little bit.
Right.
All right, how about running backs?
So would you think that wide receivers would be like a scratch? Like both teams would probably be like even wide receiver wise.
Yeah, I'd probably say that too because number one, we got Jay Ajayi by the Week 9 trade deadline, and he already accumulated over 450 yards. He accumulated over 350 with the Miami Dolphins and then 450 with us. I actually can't wait to see him on a whole entire season from day one, from Week 1. I think he can actually get 1,000 yards if he put his mind to it. Or close to it. But you guys have the 1-2. You guys got the small, McKinnon. a small back, that can get the yards, and you have Latavius Murray, the one step cut up back that's strong through the hole. So I think it's pretty even.
Yeah, for sure. From a running back and receiver perspective, I definitely think it's definitely even.
Now, if we just had LeGarrette Blount and we had nobody else, besides Corey Clement, then we don't have Darren Sproles, because if Darren Sproles was here, we'd have him in the mix too, and that was a big weapon that we lost this year.
Well, if the Vikings had Dalvin Cook,
right? So it's pretty even.
Yeah.
Special teams, you guys are probably one up on us on special teams because you guys have a punt returner and we don't at all. Kenyon Barner, I don't say I don't believe on Kenyon Barner, but he played for us last year, and then he became a free agent and we couldn't pay him, so he ended up on the practice squad for the Chargers. Then we picked him up later in the year. We picked him up, I think the week after the Chargers game, or whatever. I think it was the Chargers. I think after the Giants, when Darren Sproles got hurt, we picked up Barner, I think a week later. So he hasn't been I think he only had really one good punt return. That was against the Cardinals earlier in the year. But special teams hasn't been flashing at all, and it should have, because we've had probably the best special teams since 2014. But it's definitely taken a nice decline, probably because we don't have don't have one of the best all-purpose yard punt returners in history, almost, and Darren Sproles. So you definitely have better special teams than we do. So
right.
I think this troll's back. He's back here. On a different troll account.
Man, that guy really likes you, huh?
he likes his face.
Wait, yeah, he's on a different name now, Trump something. He's on here saying racist stuff. But what about coaching staff? Who has the advantage of coaching staff? You think?
Oh man,
that's hard. That's hard to say.
That is really hard.
That's like, yeah, I can't compare that.
You got two coaches that are probably going to be, coach of the year candidates for sure. So that's definitely hard.
Everyone thinks Sean McVay's still going to fucking get it. How is he still going to get it? We're playing in the playoffs with a backup fucking quarterback.
Right.
I mean, give me a fucking break. We've lost 5 people on injury reserve, 6, whatever the fuck it is. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absurd.
It just always appeared to me the media always looks for any excuse not to give the Eagles credit or props for anything. It's just the way it appears to me all the time. Look what Carson Wentz was playing. Everybody was still saying Tom Brady's the MVP. It's just like they don't want to give the Eagles anything.
And look, dude, trust me, I understand, because honestly, the Vikings and Eagles are starving for a fucking Super Bowl run, and they're starving to get into that game, and they're hungry, and I don't blame the Vikings either. The Vikings are another team that had some really bad games, that had especially those 2 missed field goals in back-to-back years. That shit fucking sucks to deal with that shit, and that fucking sucks, and I would hate to fucking go through that. And I would hate to be the Falcons, in the Super Bowl last year, because if that happened to me,
dude,
there'd be a fucking on my roof right now.
Well, if the Jaguars knock off the Patriots, somebody's getting their first bar this year. You got three teams that haven't won a Super Bowl. Us, of course, the Vikings and the Jaguars.
Yeah, I just do not want to see the Patriots win another Super Bowl. I don't even if you guys move on, and you guys end up playing the Patriots. I just hope you guys beat the shit out of them, And
same here. Same here.
Same to you guys, dude.
I definitely root, if you guys get past us, I definitely root for you guys in the Super Bowl. No, I just don't want to see Tom Brady once again with another Super Bowl, another Super Bowl victory.
Right.
At some point, their era of dominance got to come to an end.
And the one thing the Patriots don't have really, the pass rush is horrible in New England. They have probably one of the worst pass rushes. They're not flashy. The pass rush is probably where you're gonna beat them, honestly, and that's just where it goes. Honestly, because their pass rush is horrible. It's been horrible all year. Um, that's
Yeah.
probably where they're weak. That's probably their weak spot the most. So you could definitely take advantage of that and have a lot of time as a quarterback, throw the ball, get to your receivers. I think that there's a lot of players on that team that are overrated. And I think, I mean, honestly, I don't even care if Matt Patricia's gone, their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator's gone. It doesn't matter. As long as Bill Belichick's there, shit's going to stay the fucking same. They're going to keep winning the way they do. I don't care what coordinators are gone. As long as Bill Belichick is still over in New England, shit's going to stay the fucking same. So, that's
So is this safe to say you guys think they're gonna beat the Jaguars?
I don't know.
What do you think, Coach?
It'd be hard to go against Brady and Belichick.
But
Yeah.
like you said, guys, like you guys said before, like if the Jaguars I mean, they have a good defense, but if they had that good of a defense, why was that such a high scoring game in that Steelers game? I mean, why? Why is it? I mean, I understand, like both offense. I think the Steelers have a much better offense than the Jags. But that was just too much of a high scoring game. That was just way too much. That was just too much. That kind of worries me at the Jags going to New England at Gillette Stadium. That just kind of worries me right there a little bit.
You think James Harrison's just laughing right now?
Probably.
He's just like, oh man.
It is what it is. I mean, TJ Watt is doing his thing over there. So I mean, yeah, I mean he's absolutely amazing over there. He's been doing a good job over there. But Harrison wasn't used the right way. They didn't like the way they were using him, and they shipped him off, which is stupid. I think that's horrible. I mean, that's late in the season. You ship a vet off, let him make his run. But now he's most likely going to probably make his fucking run. If the Jags can't hold him this Sunday. So, I'm worried for the Jags a little bit, but I think they need to run the ball hard with Fournette, and that defense needs to fucking be spot on. Those, I mean, honestly, they only have a few years to do this because they signed a lot of guys, a lot of stars, and the problem is that offense isn't at as they're at their highest point right now. Like, I understand they're in the playoffs right now. They're going to be in the AFC Championship game, but at the same time, like, they only got a few years, you know what I mean? So, with some of those guys, they're not going to be able to keep that whole defense the way it is for the next few years. Guarantee they're not going to be able to do it.
Well, Jalen Ramsey, he said they're not only gonna beat the Patriots, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. That's what he said.
I fucking hate Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, he's a big shit talker. Yeah, he really is.
The last thing you want to do is piss off Tom Brady.
Oh, I know.
No, you don't want to give him even more reason to kick your ass.
I mean, look at their D line, and honestly, they have been they've been pressuring quarterbacks, but like they got Calais Campbell, Marcel Darius from the fucking Buffalo Bills was a great D tackle. Malik Jackson now is with that Broncos Super Bowl team. I forgot who the other D end is. Probably someone I don't know. But they have a lot of young talent. Myles Garrett from the draft, linebacker. Jalen Ramsey, Deshaun Gibson, and Barry Church from the Cowboys. He sucked on the Cowboys, and look at him now. He's balling out over in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So they have the talent. They have the young talent over there, but it just depends. Like I just said to myself, if that Jags defense was great, and let me tell you something, like Big Ben doesn't scare me, even if Big Ben doesn't scare me at all, because honestly, he's so big, but he's not fast. You get a hand on him. We played him last year. We got a hand on him. He couldn't go anywhere. Couldn't get the ball out of his hand. It didn't take much to get to him. As high scoring as that game was, I was just really surprised. I was like, damn, it went to over 40 points each. Like, that's crazy. Like, both defenses really either blue coverage, or I didn't even watch the game at all. So
Oh, I watched. I could tell you what it was. It was a lot of blown coverage. There were a couple plays there where it was just Antonio Brown making a big play. Like one play in particular that went deep downfield. He was well covered, but Antonio Brown being Antonio Brown.
Right.
Well, overall, yeah, both secondaries overall sucked for the most part.
So my opinion, I think the Patriots will get this win. I just think they'll get it.
I agree.
I just don't see it. Unless they really shut them down, especially, they got home field advantage. So, I don't know, but I don't think the Jags are going to upset them. I think the Jags are going to fuck up that game somehow, some way. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. I'll be surprised, and hey, I'll be fucking happy. That's just easier for the Vikings or the Eagles to fucking play them in the Super Bowl. That just makes it easier.
I agree.
So that's where it comes down to. So it's plus on top of everything else, they're a young team. Look at the Rams. Like the Rams couldn't even pass. Look. The Falcons made such a big deal over that win against the Rams, but the Rams, number one, they're a young team. Number two, they don't have any playoff, no Super Bowl. They have no playoff or Super Bowl experience. They fumbled the ball so much. The running back, especially the running backs, and it did not look good. They did not look good, and the Falcons made the Falcons look like they were fucking amazing, and they really got away with that win because of so many mistakes that the Rams made. As much as we were happy Seattle was out of the playoffs, we were happy the Rams were out of the playoffs. So everything has been coming our way with the matchups because we wanted the Falcons. We wanted the Falcons badly. That was who we wanted, and we got them. And now, we didn't want Drew Brees because honestly, not even just Drew Brees, but Alvin Kamara is probably the linebacker nightmare. The linebacker.
He's like the scariest. He's like the scariest running back that I've ever watched. Like that last catch that he had against us. Like Kendricks played that perfectly, and it was just like you can't draw it up any better than that. It's just better offense, just be better defense there.
Yeah, and that's the shit they did with Darren when Darren Sproles was on the team. That's shit they used to do with him all the fucking time when he was on the fucking Saints. But Mark Ingram's going to be a free agent after this year. Mark Ingram won't be on the Saints next year. Somebody will pick him up next year. So it's the Alvin Kamara show, but he is a crazy he's a nightmare for linebackers. I did not want to fucking face him. Nonetheless. So I'm happy you guys got the damn catch and happy that this is the matchup I want.
I know what your reaction was, Joe. What did you think about that, Spunky, when he caught that pass?
I was shocked. Like I was sitting there with only 10 seconds on the clock. I'm like, yeah, we're playing the Saints next week. And I was getting ready to jump on to do my my post game video to that, saying that we're playing the Saints. It was just crazy, man. Crazy.
You really can't draw it up. It's nice to have. You guys know, it's nice.
I was shocked.
Have something go your way once in a while.
Yes.
That corner for the I think it was corner safety for the Saints, man. That was just horrible. That was absolutely horrible.
All you had to do was make a play. All you had to do is, as a safety, all you had to do was move up and just wait till he catch the fucking ball and tackle him. That's all you had to do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Or just jump up and slap the fucking ball over. Whatever the fuck it is. That's all you had to do. And I'd be running that locker room. I'd get in my fucking car. I'd be.
Yeah. If I was a Saints fan, I'd be really pissed off right now, and they are. No, I've actually heard he's been getting death threats right now.
Dude, if I was him, I'd run away into the fucking sunset, bro. I wouldn't even show the fuck back up. I'd take my money, go buy a fucking bar on the beach, and just hide everybody.
But to be honest, though, like the kid's a rookie, and it's easy for people like us to critique athletes, but you don't know what's going on in that moment, and you don't. I guess maybe he got there too early and he didn't want to, get a pass interference. Like
He got there too
you
early.
really don't know though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he got there early, all right.
He got it.
He was looking for a fucking like a grasshopper and a fucking turf. That's what he was looking for when he went down there. He was sniffing.
He was going for the dude's legs. All he had to do was grab him and wrap him up. That's all he had to do.
Right. He's probably made that play like multiple times in the past. Like there's been like he's probably practiced that play, and he's probably done the same exact thing, and it's just one of those times where he didn't.
So Spunky, if that was us fucking up that game as that safety did, would we sit here and be like, he's just a rookie? It's okay.
No. Like I said, if I was the Saints, if I was the Saints fan, I'd be really pissed off right now. If one of my players did that, I'd be cussed up a storm.
Well, they've also won a Super Bowl illegally, so.
Oh yeah, bounty hunt. Yeah.
So
on the news,
they can't be too pissed off. They've won a Super Bowl in this millennium.
But no. If that was your team, you would have been pissed off, man.
Well, yeah, dude, you know how I was. Like when Blair Wilson missed a fucking gimme field goal.
It's okay. It's okay.
But it was a painful learning experience for him. I think he'd be better for in the future.
Yeah. Sit the fuck back.
No,
fucking move.
Rookie mistake.
Wow.
But yeah, that was crazy though, man. Because I thought we was gonna be playing the Saints, but I'm glad it happened because I feel better going against Case Keenum than I do Drew Brees.
Yes, 100%. 100%, definitely.
And if we get past you guys, man, I'm crossing my fingers that somehow Jacksonville can knock off New England.
Yeah.
I would feel better going against Blake Bortles than I would Tom Brady.
Oh,
and I'm sure you feel the same way as a Vikings fan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So me and Colton kind of swore to each other. Like we didn't talk. We really didn't talk. I think we talked football probably the day after the game. Other than that, we haven't talked until now. Really haven't talked football. Like we promised each other not talking football, not talking shit. There's really no shit talking. I mean, I'm not talking.
There wasn't shit talking until a dude jumped on our party last night.
Yo, so we're on Xbox and the guy jumps into the party. He's like, "Man, those fucking Vikings don't even fucking deserve to be here." What the fuck did you just say? Not knowing that Colton's a Vikings fan, guy's like, "Yo, this fucking Vikings fucking deserve to be here. What the fuck?"
Yeah, I know. I was just like, I don't think you can really say that about any team that's an NFC Championship or the AFC Championship game. Every team deserves to be here.
Dude, as much as you think, especially for the fucking Vikings fans, Eagles fans are just pissed off and they're just hungry for this shit. And it's just been since 2008 we haven't been in the fucking NFC Championship game. Okay, so and we haven't won a playoff game since 2013. So that's how all the fans are now. They just don't give a shit. They're not afraid of anybody. They're not afraid of any fucking team. And that's how it was at the Link when I was there for the Falcons game. No one gave a shit. As much as people talk shit about their own team, for any fan base, when that game starts, they don't give a shit. When that game starts, they're in support mode through the whole game.
Right.
And that's all that matters. They'll talk shit. Well, I'll throw shade on my team once in a while. I haven't done it much this year because it's been pretty damn successful. Because honestly, we've been averaging over 30 points a fucking game. Before Wentz went down. So I've been in a nice, comfortable zone. I mean, I'm still nervous before any fucking game, especially this shit's the worst. The suspense is just all week. I'm like, I wake up, I think about this team. I go to bed, I think about this team. I'm at work, I think about this team. It's constant. I just want this day to fucking get here, get to this point, and do our fucking thing. So that's it.
I'm just ready. I'm ready to get this over and hopefully a good result, of course. I'm ready for this game. Definitely ready for this game. When it comes to Vikings, I really don't have any hatred for the Vikings. I've had a slight hatred for you guys this year because you guys will not go away the entire year. But overall, I don't hate your team. I respect your team.
Yeah,
I think you guys in a lot of ways. I think you guys in a lot of ways were like us because you guys were the underdogs. You were the team. The media was not giving you much of a chance either. So I think in a lot of ways, you guys are like us, and you know what I mean.
I mean,
And no, the media did not pick either one of us to be where we're at right now. So
no,
I respect your team.
right.
I just wish y'all go the hell away.
Even after winning that Falcons game, the fucking media was pretty much like the Falcons blew that game. I mean, that's all they said the whole week. The Falcons blew the game. That's it. No good job, Eagles. No nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. So it's this place is tough to play in. The Lincoln Financial Field is tough, especially in the playoffs. It's a tough place. I mean, it's not. It's like the 12th man over there. It's
I mean, the Vikings learned that last year when they came in there 5-0 and got their asses handed to them. So
yeah, well, that was that Stan fucking Bradford, and your offensive line was just
shit.
fucking horrible.
They were so
bad. But we weren't that special either because we didn't have any weapons last year. Nothing. We had absolutely nothing. So,
do you guys have a stat line for the quarterbacks?
I don't honestly. I don't know because I don't know I don't know how balanced it's going to be between running the ball and passing the ball. But I mean, what was Foles like 21 for? I forgot what the fuck he was. 21 for 20.
What?
Do you think
I can look it up real quick?
Do you think Foles is going to throw a TD past this game?
I hope. I want him to. I mean, it would be nice. But
if you had to put betting money on it,
I think he could throw maybe one at least.
Yeah, I say one. I'm not going more than one.
Yeah,
not because
we're going against a very good defense. It's hard to really say that, but I think at least one he could throw in this game.
Yeah.
I think if we do score a couple touchdowns, I can see it being the ground, running game scoring them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna look up his stats from that previous game real quick. But yeah, man, the media didn't give either one of us a chance. Our team's a chance, man. I think if they had it their way, it would have been the Cowboys or Packers, somebody in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
And we won the game without even throwing. We didn't throw a deep pass the whole game. The one pass that we threw deep was the first play of the game that got a 15-yard penalty for pass interference. That was the only time we threw deep because you'll see Torrey Smith out there, but he ain't nothing special. I mean, he will make plays, but deep ball wise, no. I don't think he'll get a deep ball probably this year. Probably not throughout this game. I highly doubt it. But we'll see. But I'm gonna lean on no, probably not. You guys have more of a chance on the deep ball than we have a deep ball to our guy. We just don't have it. We just don't have that guy. We don't have that Stephon Diggs of our team. We don't have that guy to do that at all whatsoever.
Do you think we will use Nelson Aguilar like we did against the Falcons, like use him in the running game a little bit too?
Well, I mean, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying they're going to do something different this time because it's a different game. They're not going to show the – I mean, who knows? They might do it at the certain time. They did a jet sweep with Nelson Aguilar, but at the same time, they're going to put some different plays in because it's a new team. So they're not going to do the same I mean, they'll put in some original shit, but they'll definitely change it up. The Vikings are going to change it up too. They're not going to show the exact same thing, but they'll add in some new plays that, the defense never seen before. So, I mean, it's going to go both ways on that. I would think they're going to show different shit because I would just be dumb if you just didn't change the playbook a little bit going into this. So, it's just – that's just how it is. But it did work though, and it did surprise me because I did not expect a jet sweep for a wide receiver. We didn't do that all year this year. That was the first time we ever did a jet sweep during a game. 3 times we did it. Never fucking did it all year until fucking playoffs. Never did it.
Nick Foles, his stats against the Falcons, he was 23 for 30, 246 yards passing. Of course, no touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
He had a 100.1 quarterback rating.
Yeah, it's an average day. It was an average.
He should have had a pick. That lucky ass pass that he had.
Oh yeah. That was a lucky pass. It went right to the defender. The defender just couldn't catch it.
Atlanta's defense just sucks ass. So.
I thought they would have done a lot more to us that game because just they actually have some good young players on that. They have a young defense. I mean, Donnery Poe only made like a tackle. Even he's fucking. I'm not a big fan of him at all. Like he's not a good passer.
No,
he's not. I mean, you know that.
When he was at the Chiefs too.
You know that because he was on the Chiefs. I don't think he's anything special at all.
No.
He's like a big fat.
I do like that. I like that Vic Beasley for them though.
No, Vic Beasley's good. I mean, Lane Johnson was on. Dude, Lane Johnson did work on Vic Beasley. I don't think he even got in the backfield at all. The whole game.
Oh really?
No, Lane, dude. All right, tackle, bro. Like it's hard. It's hard with him. I don't know because he's becoming very, very lethal now. Because he was out with that because we didn't have him for 10 games last year because of the drug use and stuff, you know, the PEDs and shit. So he was suspended 10. We didn't have him for 10 fucking games. We didn't get him back till week 15 of the fucking season. So, you know, now if we didn't have Lane Johnson, we'd be in trouble. We'd be in big trouble.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how him and Daniel Hunter match up.
Well, Lane Johnson, he's already motivated because immediately when he saw that we were underdogs against the Vikings, he said, "Can we play right now?" So he's embracing the whole underdog thing.
The whole team is.
Yeah, I love it.
Crazy.
We play our best when people doubt us.
Exactly. When we're not put up on, when we're put up on the news all the time, and we're this and we're that. You know, they took some games for granted this year. We almost lost some games because of the high praise. A few games, you could say the Chargers game. We only won 26-24 against the Chargers. The Chargers were 0-3 at that time, so we caught them at a good time because they got hot after that game. The Chargers got hot after that game, and then we played the San Francisco 49ers. We were horrible. That slow-ass start we had in that game was horrible. Caught up with, I think, 30 points at the end, but didn't wake up from that either. They took them fucking lightly. So, you know, they're just embracing the shit, and that's it. But when it comes down to being at home, I think we were undefeated at home this year, except the last game, which meant nothing. The Cowboys 6-0 win because we didn't have our backups in, of course, because of the playoffs. So, I mean, I don't even count that. But we've pretty much been undefeated at home, and they've fought at home. So it's a hard place to win in.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter whether it's the Jaguars or the Patriots. We're going to be underdogs in that game, too, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't have any other way. I totally wouldn't have any other way.
Yep. I'm excited for Sunday. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, don't fucking text me either. Don't text me the whole fucking game. I don't care if I'm in the lead, you're in the lead. No, I'm just gonna shut my phone off. Fuck it. I'm not even gonna have my phone on.
Well, I know you because you do that.
No, because some bad plays that the Eagles are gonna do a bad play, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, I really thought he had that," or you're gonna say some shit that's gonna piss me off, and then I'm just gonna be pissed off, and then whatever, fucking whatever. Not even gonna fucking no.
No, I won't text you.
No, I still don't trust you, so I don't.
You better turn that phone off.
Because when the draft, me and Cole were on the phone when we were doing the draft, right? So our pick was coming up, and I was watching it. I said, Colton, do not tell me who the fuck we picked because his TV was earlier than mine. So then he texts me, and it started with a D. I didn't even fucking read it until because I did a fucking reaction video. So it started with I looked at the fucking thing. Oh, you guys picked and it started with a D. I was like, oh my fucking God. So I put the fucking phone down and, yeah, fucking laughed, whatever. It was fucking bullshit.
You were so mad that you guys did pick Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Your Vikings screwed us over right there. That's who we're probably going to get.
I think we have the Vikings at home next year.
Yeah, I'm ready for that, but Carson's not there. Yeah, because we're gonna have a first place schedule. They're gonna have a first place schedule.
Oh hell yeah!
And I can't wait for that because that will finally hopefully shut out the Dallas because this whole year they were talking about our schedule, the reason why we were winning. So I look forward to having that first place schedule next year.
We beat 3 fucking teams over 500 this year, and then they say, "Well, Wentz is hurt." And then we beat another team, and then it's because our defense ain't gonna fucking hold it. And then it's because it's just I don't even listen to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't go on Cowboys. There was actually one Cowboys fan I listened to on. There was a Cowboys fan. I went on his. I just ran to the. I ran, and this guy gets hated by everybody. He had like over 2,000 views for the video, but he actually just said, "Watch this blueprint for the Eagles." He's like, the Eagles. He said the Cowboys lose players and we can't win. These Eagles have lost, I don't know how many players, plus their MVP quarterback, and they're winning with a backup quarterback in the fucking playoffs. And just jealousy. It was just jealousy. I loved it. But, what a story. Other than I'm not talking shit about the Vikings, but I'm just saying, what a story this would be if we took it all this year. What a story that would be.
Yeah, it'd definitely be pretty remarkable, for you guys for sure.
Yeah, like
with Carson Wentz getting hurt, and then Jason Peters going down.
Yeah, we face a lot of adversity this year and a lot of haters doubters, man. It would be great to ultimately, prove them wrong by winning it all.
Jordan Hicks out, Darren Sproles out, Chris Marigo's our best special teamer out. We didn't have Fletcher Cox for 2 fucking games. On top,
Lane Johnson for a game.
It's just nuts. It's just crazy. But
a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries. A lot. The one thing difference between the Vikings and the Eagles right now is fucking. We have a shit ton of injuries. A shit ton.
When I look at both of these teams, I think both of them have very bright futures ahead of them.
Oh, for sure.
And I think they both have opportunities down the road, to win a Super Bowl.
So I know me and Colton already discussed this already, but just for everyone to listen to it, so Teddy Bridgewater, so they activated Sam Bradford, last week, whatever. So Teddy Bridgewater's on the bench still. What do you think happens to Teddy Bridgewater now?
Well, me and you talked about it a couple of days ago. He's probably gonna be out of Minnesota this year.
Colton, what do you? Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask. See what Colton thought of. He probably knows more news than we do, so that's why I was asking him mostly because he knows.
I think everything leans towards Teddy Bridgewater being out of there, and then if Case Keenum goes to a Super Bowl, it's like, how do you not sign the guy for at least another year? So, and I think Bradford's going to be out of there too. So, yeah, that's another story this offseason for the Vikings. What's going to happen.
Well, let me ask you this though: Would you really want to take a chance on giving Keenum a big contract?
I don't know. He's still very young. He's a very young quarterback.
But Spunky, they have to pay somebody. They have no choice. Like, what are they going to do? Say, you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to sign any of them. We're going to go to the fucking draft, move up in the draft, get a fucking quarterback. They got no choice. They have to sign one of them. They got 3 quarterbacks they could sign that are all becoming free agents after this year, and they have to sign one of them.
Yeah. I get that, but do you really want to get Case Keenum a $100 million contract, something like that? Do you really want to do that?
I don't think they're going to give him something like that.
He won't get that.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, would you give him the massive payday? Is what I was asking.
Oh, if he won a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because how do we know this is not a one-year wonder thing from him? How do we not know that if it's more him or Pat Shermer? We don't know.
You think it might be like a Joe Flacco thing?
I'm just saying we don't know. This would just be a one-year fluke. We don't know with him. There's a reason why he's a journeyman quarterback.
That's true. I think you don't commit to him long term if I'm the Vikings, and then you sign him to a 1 or 2 year deal, and then because you got to sign someone, and then I don't know, try to get someone in the draft.
Also, you lose, like I said, you lose to Pat Shermer this year, so you don't know what impact it's going to have on Keenum next year.
Right.
So everything is a gamble. I mean, everything is. That's what we don't know. Like the draft is a gamble. There's people that are overhyped, and then there's people that are not overhyped and become great players. Like Kamara, what 4th-round pick? I mean, come on now. Like it's fucking, it's crazy. So, it's everything's a gamble. But if I was the Vikings, you'd have to sign one of those players. I'd have to sign your best guy right here now. He's not 33 years old. He's 27. So, I mean, he's still young. He's still young. So, and if it's working, keep rolling with it. And that's it. That's how they've been playing this year. If it's working, keep rolling with it. Bradford fucking choked during the fucking Bears game Monday night, and that was horrible. And
Dude, that was like the most pitiful performance I've ever seen in my life.
Telling you, bro.
And then Keenum came in and it was like night and day,
Like last year when we were facing each other off, I told you, I said, I'm not talking shit about the Vikings. I'm telling you right now, Sam Bradford gets pressured this much, he's going down. It's over. The game is over if he gets pressured at least once, because then he's going to be afraid to get hit the whole game. And look what happened. He got fucking hit a lot.
Yeah.
And I hate Sam Bradford. I fucking hated that. Hated it. Nick Foles only got off this team because he had an injury, and fucking Chip Kelly just thought that Sam Bradford was the better fucking choice. So I mean, that was pretty much why Foles left. But talking to Sam Bradford, man, and he just has. I mean, he played his best year. He probably played his second to best year with us, and he played his best year with you guys. And no, I wouldn't. And honestly, he's too much of a I need to start type of quarterback, because I don't think he's going to play as the backup role for any team. He wants to start. So do I think he'll get a contract next year for another team? I don't really know, because you got Kirk Cousins out there. Nick Foles, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with him depending on how far we go. And just say if we do win this whole thing, I don't know what the fucking thing is going to be with him. Because you got to have complimentary backup behind your starter. So Sam Bradford going anywhere, I mean, him being on the Vikings, fuck no, I'll take him off that roster 2 fucking seconds. I wouldn't even think about signing him by an inch of a fucking blink of an eye. Wouldn't even sign him. Hell no. No way. I hate immobile court. I fucking hate quarterbacks that can't do a fucking thing. At least have a move. At least have one move. I don't care if it's moving to your left or your right when you got an open fucking spot. This guy don't fucking do shit.
No, he doesn't. He fucking stands there.
Like it's all he does the whole fucking game, and then he just falls to the fucking ground. I hated that. I hate when you have quarterbacks that can't move. You got to have like a good offensive line, because your offensive line is not good. Forget it. And you pretty much got a piece of that. What that's like last year. So I mean. When you get guys that, can block, you get guys, especially if you could develop guys, especially from the draft, which is great because we're developing guys from the draft. And we're not. Before the season started, we had depth on defense and we had depth on offensive line like crazy. And then we got rid of a lot of guys and we traded 2 guys away. Especially one guy we traded, Alan Barber, which he could play guard and tackle. He was probably one of our best backups. And we got rid of him because he didn't want to fucking be a backup. He wanted to be a starter. So we moved him to fucking Denver. So we're thin. We're thin at the tackle spot, the guard spot, and we're fucking thin at every position on the offensive line. So
let me ask you this. If you could bring back an Eagles player, an injured Eagles player other than Carson Wentz, who would it be?
I would probably bring back Darren Sproles, because you get a 2-for-1 deal out of that. You get the special teams, you get the punt return skills, and you're guaranteed with Darren Sproles on a punt return, you're guaranteed he's going to make the first guy miss. 100% of the time, 9 times out of 10, he's going to make the first guy miss. And he's one of the best punt returners in history. So I'd say Darren Sproles because, honestly, I know I could probably say Jordan Hicks, but honestly, even with Jordan Hicks, it's like we've said earlier, we patched that up on the linebacker spot. So they're not playing bad, but they're playing good enough to where they're just doing enough to where we can pass by and finish the season out right now. But Darren Sproles is probably the one player I'd bring back. 2 for 1, like I said, punt return skills, and you could intricate him on the offense and get him into situations where his speed, he's a mismatch for everybody, especially for linebackers. So you can use him, it's a 2 for 1 deal. So that's probably the one player I'd bring back.
But both Eagle Storm and Goodfellow, they both said Jason Peters.
Yeah. I would probably say Jason Peters as well, but like I said, it's working with Vitae right now. I think getting Sproles would just be he's more of an X factor because he could do more than just punt return. He could be in the offense as well because that's another running back. But at the same time, if Darren Sproles was here, we wouldn't have Jay Ajayi right now at all. Wouldn't have made the trade.
Yeah, very true.
I'm glad that Jay Ajayi is here. I'm glad we fleeced Miami. We stole him. 4th round pick. I mean, Colton, you're the one that texted me that morning, I think. I think you texted me that morning. You said, yo, the Eagles got Jay Ajayi. I was like, no, get the fuck out of here. Are you fucking kidding me? I was like, wow. Steal. I said, for a what? 4th round pick. I said, what a steal that was.
Yeah, when that trade happened,
I don't know what the Dolphins are thinking there.
When that trade happened, I was a little shaky at first, but it turned to be a very wise move for us. Yeah, it turned to be a very wise move.
Miami's in trouble because, number one, this guy spoke too much of his fucking mind when he was in Miami, and the coach didn't like Chip. It's another Chip Kelly over in Miami. He's in charge of the rosters, in charge of everything, personnel, everything. So what happens is Jay Ajayi ended up. The problem, the reason why the head coach didn't like Jay Ajayi was because he tried to make big plays out of every carry. Like, he wouldn't just run up the middle and go through the hole. He'd stop and try to do some shit and try to make a big play out of it. But on top of everything else, number one, you had the last ranked offensive line in the whole fucking league. Number 2, you had an offensive coordinator that was smoking fucking coke, that was snorting coke up his fucking nose, and it had it on fucking camera. And then ended up getting fired. So they had the last ranked offensive line in the whole league. A team that beat the Patriots. See, this is where I go back to about the Patriots. The Miami Dolphins beat the Patriots. And Jay Cutler looked like an MVP out there that night. That's where I go. That's where anybody can be beat. You go to a playoff game, you go to a division game, you take the fucking stats out of the you take the stats out, you take the records are out. They're done, they're out. It's all on the line. Like, there's, especially like I just said, division game or when it's a big game in the playoffs, you take all the stats out. It doesn't matter because who cares if the Vikings are better rushing than the Eagles or it doesn't matter. It's all about who's ready to play on that given fucking day. That's where it matters.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean,
but when you're talking about the Patriots and the Dolphins, though, well, to be fair, though, they're in the same division, so they know each other pretty well. No, those two teams tend to flip each other a lot.
Right.
No, but yeah, but I do agree with what you're saying, though, that it doesn't matter. It's what team shows up on Sunday. I agree with that. So I'm hoping that the Jaguars show up on this Sunday and take care of business. We'll see, though.
See, like when we were playing Xbox and, what's his face came in there and started saying about the Vikings not deserve to be there. You want to talk about a fucking team that didn't deserve to be in the fucking wild card was the Buffalo Bills. They got in by fucking luck. And even getting Calvin Benjamin, Calvin Benjamin got shut down by Jalen Ramsey the whole fucking day. I mean, Calvin Benjamin didn't do shit at all. Nothing. So that team didn't deserve to fucking go anywhere. It was just random. It was like, you know what? Cool. They haven't been in the playoffs since the fucking 90s, whatever. But that was just a waste of a team being in the wild card. But the AFC's weak anyway, so we all know this. It was the Steelers, and we all thought the Steelers and the Patriots all the way to the end, but it's not happening now.
I mean, the AFC right now, like I said, the AFC is just so weak right now. The Patriots almost have a guaranteed trip to the Super Bowl almost every year now.
Yeah, it's sickening. It's sickening because you know what? Those fans don't appreciate. See, let me tell you, like if they lose in the playoffs, they'll just be like, "Oh, we'll be back next year." You know, they take it for granted that they're there. You know what I mean? Because they're supposed to be there. It's their destiny to be there every year. But I can't stand. You know, you don't see any Patriots fucking YouTubers. Who the fuck do you see on YouTube as a Patriots fan? Who? I don't know one that makes videos. Not even one. Maybe one, but he doesn't make videos all the time like we do. But those fans take it for granted, man. And honestly, like the hungry teams are going to get there. And trust me, whether it's the Vikings or the Eagles that get to the Super Bowl, they're going to be hungry enough to fucking get this W. Especially just saying if we do lose, even the Vikings are going to be in home fucking territory. That's going to be huge for the Vikings to be in the Super Bowl this year, 100%.
I mean, the Patriots, their fan base is, a lot of them are very poor, man. A lot of them don't know anything about that team before Brady and Belichick.
All they know, that's it.
They don't know anything. Like, you ask, like, an average Patriot fan, they can't even tell you who the head coach and quarterback was before Brady and Belichick. So,
I guess what does suck if you are like a diehard Patriots fan, though, like everyone just assumes that you're a fair weather fan, you know?
Dude, you want to see something crazy, dude? You know how many fucking me and Spunky been looking at all these new Eagles fans are coming out of the fucking woodwork now? Like these guys on YouTube we've never seen ever in our fucking lives, like ever. Never seen them. And they're just coming out of the woodwork now, like because we're winning. But how many Eagles fans after Carson Wentz got hurt have just given up, gave up on the season, gave up on everything? I was worried, but if we didn't have Nick Foles, then I'd be worried. Really worried.
Absolutely.
And the Raiders game, we can go back to the what was it? The Cowboys game, the last game of the year. Nate Sudfeld came in. And so Nick Foles was only in for a quarter, played like shit. The receivers actually dropped a lot of balls. So honestly, there would have been a lot more first downs, but Nate Sudfeld came in and made a lot more plays, but you know, people jumped on the bandwagon of starting fucking Sudfeld in the playoffs. A guy that's never took an NFL snap. That was his first NFL snap in his career. He's a fucking practice squad preseason quarterback, and they were jumping on his fucking ass to start, and you can't do that. Like then you know everyone was talking. Everyone was so happy when we signed Nick Foles. I remember we signed Nick Foles as the backup quarterback to our franchise quarterback. It was like a match made in heaven. Everyone was talking about a match made in heaven. All of a sudden, he fucking fucks up one game, and everybody. Let me tell you, I was upset. The one night he played, I was upset. The Raiders game, I was very upset that night. Everyone saw that video. I was fucking upset because he just, you know what?
This car
he played like shit. But at the same time, I thought of it in my head. I said, the guy doesn't have enough fucking reps with his team. He doesn't have enough games. He's only played, 2 games prior? He played the Giants, had 4 touchdowns. But it's the fucking Giants we're talking about. It's been a fucking dumpster fire fucking team all year. Only 2 wins on the fucking year. It's crazy. But honestly, Nick Foles hasn't had enough time. I mean, dude, he didn't get hurt week fucking 5, week 6. He got hurt fucking at the end of the season. So what do you expect this guy to do? I just expected him to be Nick Foles and play 100% and make every pass like he looked like in 2013, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But it's not going to happen because he doesn't have the time, doesn't have the games around his belt. I think he just came in at the right time where, thank God we had the first round bye. So let's thank fucking God for that. And home field advantage helps 100%, especially for a QB that's played in the system. Been in, you know, played in Philly. I mean, it's the best match. It's the best match made in heaven for this guy to play for our fucking team right now. Especially he got offered more money for other teams. So after Kansas City let him go, he fucking literally had offers from other teams, more money. Didn't take it. He was going to retire. Nick Foles was going to retire this year. And all of a sudden, the Eagles called up and said, "Hey, we'd like you to be the backup quarterback." And he said yes. And he came in for less money. So Nick Foles just needed the time, and I think after seeing what he did in this last game, he looked on fire. He looked poised in the pocket. He looked like he had something to fight for. So I'm happy now with this guy and what he's been doing. So that's all I gotta say.
I mean, like you said, bringing back Nick Foles was one of my favorite offseason moves. Now you got a very solid, serviceable backup who knows the city, who knows the atmosphere, who knows the system. So I was very happy when we brought the guy back. And I'm glad he's back here.
It's funny because Case Keenum and Nick Foles. It's crazy. But who's ready to play Sunday, and that's all it's going to come down to. That's it. I mean, we've pretty much gone through every scenario. We're going to think, as a Vikings fan, Colton's going to say, he thinks his team's got enough to come into Philadelphia and beat us and get to the Super Bowl. And we're going to think we can handle the Vikings and, get our shit done and get to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, either way, I mean, both teams are going to fight. And it's going to be all in the trenches, and that's where it's going to come down to. Honestly, I'm not even talking shit about the Vikings. I'm not saying anything bad about the Vikings. They're a very, very, very good team, offensively and defensively. I just think that realistically, I don't think the Vikings have faced a D-line with all its depth like the way we have it. I don't think a lot of teams that the Vikings face haven't had a D-line with depth and can keep, we can tire offenses out. But I think that's the one thing that we separate our defensive line from any other team in the league. It's because of that depth, veteran depth. Derek Barnett, the first-round pick, and a lot of things come out of it. But that's where I separate. The Vikings playing us from when they play other teams. When I say Case Keenum, he's probably one of. I'm not saying that he's the most immobile quarterback in the league. He's athletic. He can fucking get out of the pocket when he has to, but he ain't no Russell Wilson. He ain't no Aaron Rodgers. Not even Nick Foles. And look, I'm saying Nick Foles ain't fucking athletic. I mean, he's athletic as much as Case Keenum is, but they're just about even with being athletic. They're not flashy. They're not going to outrun people around the fucking field. But I think because of Case Keenum's size, and I think because of if this D-line gets a hand, the Vikings offensive line needs to block. They need to have maximum protection and make sure no one's getting through, because you're not just worried about double teaming one guy. You're worried about four guys plus another. Our second defensive line could start for another team right now. Literally, our second defensive line could start for another team. That's how good it is. So the Vikings just have to capitalize and pick up and conserve their energy and make those blocks, because if they don't make one block, I'm telling Colton this, I'm telling the Vikings fans this, that they do not block every person on that line, somebody is going to get hit. He will get hit this game. It will happen. But they need to be ready, and that's the one thing they need to watch out for is this D-line, because they're coming. So just being honest. I'm not just saying that. This D-line is probably one of the best I've seen. So when you take it to 2008, right, NFC Championship game, we had great secondary, but our line wasn't great. This is an opposite of that year. This is a great D-line, and our corners are just good enough. They're all right. They're not shut down. We don't have an Xavier Rhodes on our team, so we don't have that, okay? But we have guys that are – it's all in the heart. It's all about what's inside. They play from inside. That's it. So, I mean, we had Jalen Mills on Julio Jones the whole day. And And a lot of shit happened that game, and they did their thing. So if I could say anything to the Vikings, it would say that D line they have to block. Otherwise, if they let one guy go, Brandon Graham will get in there, Vinny Curry, Derek Barnett, Chris Long, Fletcher Cox, Timmy Jernigan, Bo Allen. Somebody will get in there. Bo Allen is probably the one D tackle that's probably not going to get anywhere. Other than that, everyone else is going to get a piece if they're not blocked. So that's where I have to say with that.
I agree. Like I said, man, I expect the defense to really be on their game this game. I really expect the defense to be in the game.
Yeah. It should be exciting.
If we get the case Kim, he will make mistakes.
As long as, like I say in every video, I say as long as we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, it should be fine. Because then if we shoot ourselves in the foot, then I'm going to say it's we will get capitalized on. So like our first game where we did really bad was probably to the point even going to Seattle, that was one game where we shot ourselves in the foot so many times that game, and against good teams that have the playoff experience, the Super Bowl experience, they're going to capitalize on every mistake that you make. And unfortunately, for us, the fucking Falcons didn't capitalize on much. They only turned the fucked up punt that touched one of our own players then it went to the 15-yard line the other way, caused the Devontae Freeman touchdown. So that was like the only thing that was capitalized in that game. But that's where I mean. So no mistakes were made. But honestly, from watching the Falcons game too, they were very crisp. The offensive line, no offsides, no nothing. They were very crisp on that line. Very crisp.
Eagle Speed wants to get in this.
Really?
Yeah, he said send me a link. Well, like they say, defense wins championships, and if we're gonna have a chance to win one, defense we got to be playing. Defense is our strength. We have to play to our strength.
1 second. Do I have speed on the fucking? I should have him on here. Shit. No.
Hey, Coach, when it comes to offensive line, what are they ranking the league right now?
Oh no. Let me check.
Thomas Mott said, "Do we think our coaching staff will stay together?"
I think it's possible we could lose at least one coach this year. I heard Jim Schwartz possibly to the Titans. I've also heard that people have been interested in Frank Wright. So I think we could lose at least one coach.
DiFilippo's definitely gone because he's going for a second interview with the Cardinals after the season's over. DiFilippo's gone. He's gonna be gone. We don't need him anyway, dude. Honestly, dude, like they helped Carson Wentz so much this year, especially the past 2 years. Like how much? I mean, let me tell you, like any quarterback needs to get better, no matter what. But Carson Wentz has a good amount of stuff. You know what I mean? He's learned enough. He's done enough. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Whoever comes in can only help him a little bit more, but he doesn't, he had all these offensive QB gurus with him for the past 2 years, so I'm happy for
that. The Cardinals will make him head coach?
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite a promotion there.
Yeah, he's going to his second interview after the season's over, so that's a good thing for him.
And he's out of division. That's good for him. Well, yeah, I could definitely see Jim Schwartz, possibly going to the Titans. And like I said, Frank Wright, some teams have been looking at him as well.
I don't like the Titans, bro. I don't like Marcus Mariota at all. I think he looks I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but he's still working on a lot of shit. He's still learning how to pass from the pocket. I mean, it's bad. Like it's fucking bad.
I'm just grateful that Chip Kelly did not get what he wanted. Chip Kelly wanted to trade the whole farm for him.
Yeah, he wanted to get rid of 6 picks plus Fletcher Cox for Marcus Mariota in that draft.
Yeah, thank God he did not get what he wanted. Marcus Mariota's not a bad quarterback. I don't think he's a bad quarterback, but he definitely was not worth what Chip Kelly wanted to give up for him.
Mm-hmm. All right, I put the link out, but the link is there. Yo, I thought what's his face had a Colin. I thought what's his face had a concussion.
Sendejo.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything as far as like him having a concussion, but it's definitely possible he could be out.
Okay, 'cause that's the only thing I read. Let's see. Nope, that's it. I think I can't do any more than that. No, that should be exciting though. I can't wait. It should be good.
Yeah, I actually think Sendejo was fine because he was on the sideline at the end of the game.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he could be. Yeah, you're right. Because if he had a concussion. I don't know because I don't know if they have a concussion, they stay in the locker room or. I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but I mean, if there's no news about it, then they probably play most likely. Dude, who is the guy on the defensive line? He's a big ass white guy, and he's got like a black visor.
Who?
He's like a big ass white dude, and he has like a black visor on.
Brian Robinson.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who is that guy?
Yeah, he's been playing with them for a while, but he's probably like their next best defensive end after Hunter and This is a crazy stat, though. This is the first time since the 1970 merger that all 4 teams in the conference championship games had a top 5 scoring defense that season.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings 15.8 points per game allowed first, Jaguars 16.8 points per game allowed second, and at Eagles 18.4 points per game allowed fourth, and the Patriots 18.5 allowed fifth.
God.
Your defense.
The Eagles and Vikings feature the 2 stingiest run defenses in the NFL. Philadelphia led the league by allowing 79.2 rushing yards per game, while Minnesota was second at 83.6.
Not that far off.
Nope.
Whatsoever. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go to look where the Vikings offensive line ranks.
Yeah, I'm starting to figure out because I'm really like interested in what they're rushing, what they're ranked in rushing this year. Gotta be top 5. I mean, I would think.
Yeah, they're On NFL.com, statistic wise, they're the fifth best offensive line.
Oh, okay.
New England's first. You guys are second.
New England's first? Fuck that.
Statistically, yes.
That is fucking bullshit. That is just
So they do it by experience, and then they also do it by like rushing first downs, rushes for negative yards, rushes for 10 or more yards, a percentage of rushes on third or fourth down with 2 or fewer yards to go that achieved a first down or TD. Also includes rushes on first and goal and second goal from the opponent's 2-yard line or closer.
Yeah, that's what they go by. So PFF is sometimes bullshit too with their fucking shit.
I don't know. Where do you guys go to look up your stats?
I don't. I probably go to NFL.com and I look at the stats, probably, or I'll see something on Twitter that pops up most of the time. Like, I think I follow like a statistic thing for the Eagles. I think it pops up like when I want to look at stats for the year or something. I go on Twitter for that. Most likely, I really don't go on NFL.com. Mostly Twitter. Whatever I'm followed to on there, I forgot. I think PFF or because I know PFF had us like I think it was like. Before the season started, it was like the number one offensive line in the whole for NFL, and like we're all like, yeah, I don't know about that, but maybe with Jason Peters, yeah, probably with Jason Peters. Got 2 Pro Bowlers on the right side, and we're gonna have 3, and then by the next season we'll have 3 Pro Bowlers on our team next year. 3 Pro Bowl offensive linemen.
Yeah.
If Peters can stay healthy next year. But that was dude, that was the body bag game, bro. Like that was the Redskin game and everybody got hurt. Like literally the fucking offensive linemen were fucking tripping on everyone's fucking legs, moving back in pass protection. It was just horrible. Like everybody was fucking going down. It was horrible. I think it was 2014 we lost 2 linemen in one play. It was the Jaguars game, the first game. We lost 2 linemen in one play. It was horrible. That's when it really sucks. But
do you think Alshon will give us an advantage against the Vikings because he playing that division for so many years?
Yeah, both like I said earlier, we talked about earlier, both sides will have, Rhodes has an advantage and Alshon Jeffrey has an advantage. They both have an advantage. Definitely. 100%. The only thing we don't have is that deep threat. That's the only thing we don't really have. We don't really have a deep threat guy at all. So, I mean, that's probably the one up on the Vikings that they have. But even Taylor Gabriel from the fucking Falcons, he didn't do shit that whole fucking game. He didn't do anything that whole game. So the referee for the game Sunday is going to be Ed Hockley, which fucking sucks. Fucking hate Ed Hockley. It's fucking Pete Morelli's fucking cousin. Pete Morelli's cousin.
Oh my God.
Ed Hockley favors home teams over away teams, but he has done some bad shit against the Eagles fucking past, especially this year. I think we had him during the what game do we have him in this year? I know we had Morelli in the Panthers game. I forgot we had Hockley. What game did we have Hockley in? I forgot this year. We had him once this year. I forgot when. But
I don't want Pete Morelli near any other Eagles game for the rest of his life.
I'll pay a fucking hitman. I'm not even fucking.
As Baker says that Hockley is a Redskins fan.
I'll go in my CEO safe and get that blood money out.
I just let these boys play, man. That's all I got. That's all. Just let them play. I hate when referee calls or decide the game. Let them go out there and play.
Yeah, especially when it's an important game.
The referees in the playoffs, they tend to be they tend to let some things go and stuff. They're not as strict in the regular season they are.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in the playoffs they are in the regular season.
By the way, Stephon Diggs, I swear to God, if he gets away with some bullshit, because I remember in that Saints fucking game, he literally held that guy, he held that fucking receiver's fucking wrist the whole fucking time going downfield and ended up getting a pass interference fucking call after throwing his arm out. And oh man, I was like, that's some fucking sneaky fucking bullshit. But
boy, I wish it was sunny right now. I'm ready for this game.
It's going. Actually, this week's actually going by pretty quick. It's actually going by fast.
Well, we're almost midway through the week already.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just ready for this game.
Yes. Can't wait.
You feel like doing another one of these before the game on Sunday?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Probably do one whenever.
Saturday?
We could do Saturday. I'm down with Saturday.
Yeah, because I definitely plan on doing some stuff on Saturday on my channel. I'll definitely be up to doing, one of these on Saturday as well.
Down for that. I'll make it. Yeah, I'll definitely schedule one for Saturday then. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that Saturday. That's fine with me. So
what do you think, how you think J.J. is going to do against the Vikings defense? The running backs as a whole.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be on the running backs. I think it's mostly going to be on the offensive line and the running backs. I think the running backs will be fine. I think they can play. I mean, it's not like they can't play. It's just, it's just the, J.J., if he's going to catch out of the backfield, he's got to catch that fucking ball, because when he dropped that fucking ball on that crucial third down, that shit sucked, because he probably would have had a first down or close to it when he dropped that fucking ball against the Falcons last game, which sucked because Corey Clement could pretty much catch anything, because that was probably his down. That was probably his one niche that everybody was bitching about with him coming out of college. He wasn't the best running back coming out of college catching the ball out of the backfield, and he learned very fast and started doing that, because he's been the guy catching the ball out of the backfield, as we saw last game.
Foles used him a lot in that game.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Ajayi will be fine with that. I think they're definitely going to increase his workload again, so they're definitely going to run him a shit ton of times. But it depends, because they already asked a question, because he was out for 15 plays, but Doug Pearson said, well, we were in a fast tempo offense, so I can't substitute, so I just kept whatever running back was in there, and that was it, which I completely understand, because you can't keep switching running backs. Like, if you're going to do fast tempo, you can't keep switching. I mean, you can't do a fast tempo if you're switching players all the time, especially at the running back spot. So, or anyone in general on the offense when you're doing fast tempo. So, he'll definitely get a bulk of the carries. And he's just going to run hard and do his thing. So that's just pretty much, offensive line just needs to do work. That's it. They got the game plan. Vikings surely probably got the game plan for us. So, I mean, we haven't seen, I don't think the Falcons even blitzed the whole entire house on us at all that game either. I don't think they did. I don't think they blitzed the whole house on us that game. I don't remember all of them coming after us. I know the Vikings did against I know the Vikings and Saints did that against each other in that last game. So, we'll see how that goes, and we'll see by then what's going to happen. But who's ready to play, and that's it, man. But the Vikings better come in there and be fucking prepared and be ready, and be prepared for this home crowd, and this team that is as much hungry as the Vikings are getting to the Super Bowl. We are hungry as well, so they got to play their A game. They can't let down for 2 seconds, and as well as us, we can't let down either. But I don't see this team letting down. It's not in their DNA, especially the way that the media's been talking about them.
Absolutely.
Since Wentz went down. So honestly, to this point, I think Yeah, no, this team isn't going to back down from nobody. I mean, I saw the clip from Malcolm Jenkins before the last play of the game when they were on the field. Malcolm Jenkins is like, "Who's going to make a play? Who's going to make a play? This is it. This is our season. Who's going to make a play?" You know what I mean? So that's where it's going to come down to, man. And it should be a really fucking fun matchup. This is a matchup that we wanted, and
Yeah, that experience and leadership is also to our advantage as well. Having guys like Malcolm Jenkins, who's been there, done that, definitely to our advantage.
mm-hmm. That's why having vets on your team that had the Super Bowl experience, the playoff experience, fucking helps a lot. We have a lot of good. We have players, especially Alshon Jeffrey, is his first fucking playoff experience.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's his first playoff win of his career. So I mean, it's the guys that don't have it are more hungry for it, and the guys that are vets like Brent Selleck and all those guys. You know what I mean, or they're giving it their all, and that's it. And then talking about Brent Selleck too, I'm not expecting to see Brent Selleck in the game at all. More of Zach Ertz and Trey Burton. I know because Nick Foles missed Trey Burton on that wide open pass down the field and overthrew the fucking ball, which pissed me off a lot because he was wide open until he missed him. And Brent Selleck is in there to do the dirty work, and he's one of the best blocking tight ends in the league.
Best blocking tight ends in the league, yeah.
So I don't see Brent Selleck getting in there doing and catching a ton of balls because we have a very good because if Zach Ertz went down this year, he was hurt this year, and Trey Burton lit it up this year, and that's fine. I'm good with that too. So it should be all right. But exciting,
yeah, man. It's gonna go through our defense though. That's the way I'm seeing it. It's gonna go through this defense. That's definitely the way I see a defensive game.
Yes, that's where it's
on both sides. I think they're gonna come at us defensively. Our defense is gonna come at their offense. We don't need Foles to be Brady. We just need him to be consistent and protect the football. Manage the game well. That's what we need for Foles.
Get him in a fucking rhythm. That's where he's got to go.
I mean, there's been plenty of examples of teams who have success and win it all without having a superstar quarterback. I mean, you look at the 2000 Ravens. You look at the Broncos. What 2 years ago, Peyton Manning was in decline. Man, it was all about that defense. Defense plays well. You don't need your quarterback to do a whole lot.
Tampa Bay with
Tampa Bay as well. 2002, definitely. So I mean, it's all about that defense.
Tampa Bay, my God. Ooh. Another overhyped fucking team.
That's why I'm hoping it's the case for us this year. That's why I'm hoping the case for us this year.
Yeah, I actually talked to I didn't talk to him, but I was in an Xbox party with Meet the Mets at a party. He was like, I actually have you guys winning this game and going to the Super Bowl. I was like, whoa, really? he said, yeah.
Meet the Mets said that?
Yeah, he's like, your defense, man, your defense keeps playing like that. He's like, you guys are gonna make it. You guys' defense is really stepping up. Blah blah blah. He actually said some nice things today. I was like, wow. Amazing. You disappear after week 3 and wow, you're nice things. Yeah.
Trust me, this whole week, man, I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of praying.
Smoking, praying. Jeez.
Yeah, man. Like as we go deeper and deeper in the playoffs, the more nervous I get.
Colton's gonna lift weights, get more jacked. Colton's gonna put some syringes in his ass and be like, "Oh,
wow."
Fucking roid rage. Oh, yeah.
I mean, but when it comes to both our teams, though, man, I don't think anybody saw us being where we're at right now. So both teams are ready to defy the odds and expectations for them.
Remember what they said, Colton. The Vikings don't belong to be there right now.
Yep. That's right.
That's right. They don't belong. They don't deserve it.
And they've been saying the same thing about us all year.
Yeah.
Every week we win, there's some type of excuse to why we're winning.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. It'll be interesting.
Be interesting to see you cry.
I want to doubt it. I mean, it's just kind of like with the the Vikings. Like you just assume the worst is going to happen. So it's not
You know,
anything new for me.
I was watching Undisputed. They Skip Bayless for once in his life actually gave the Eagles some props. For once in his life, actually said something nice about the Eagles. He was talking about that defensive hours against the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then he says, "Oh, he's like, as a lifelong Dallas Cowboys fan, I'm like, oh, just stop. Can you just talk about the two fucking teams that are fucking facing each other in the fucking playoffs? Stop saying on fucking air. You're saying as a lifelong Cowboys fan, I hate the Eagles, but I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I mean, that's a Cowboys fan for you. They always gotta make it about themselves every now and then. That's what Cowboy fans do. They always gotta bring themselves up. It's always about them.
Who the fuck's in this chat still? Bacon, Goodfella.
I mean, you still got 18 people watching. I mean, it's still solid.
Dude, honestly, these are getting better and better, and I appreciate everybody coming on this channel and really getting into the conversation because we've averaged about at least we had I think our high. I think we had about 30 people in here, 32.
Yeah. I counted like 30. Yeah.
I saw about 32 in here today, and it was kind of staying in the 20s, which is really good because that's probably the best we've done. But I took over the channel today. I took over the live stream a little bit today because Spunky's been taking over the channel for a while. There's gonna be some nights where we kind of like Spunky will go through the comment section and the live stream chat and answer everyone's questions. And there's probably gonna be some nights where it's perfect because one of my good friends is a Vikings fan, Colton, right here. So I think it electrified the conversation a little bit more because we get to see more from his point of view of his team, and we ask each other questions. And it was a very good conversation today. So this was very good. I actually liked this a lot today, a lot.
So I'm assuming that Speed still can't get in the hangouts.
No, I don't know. Speed does a lot of things.
Cause he asks every time to get in, but never gets in.
He'll probably come in and then like quit. Just leave. Right, Colton? He'll just does the same shit on Xbox. We'll be like, "Oh, come on, let's play." We play like one game, and he just like leaves, like doesn't say bye, and then like nothing, just like leaves. I hate people that do that shit, dude. I really fucking do. It's like me talking to you.
Oh, Speedy right now is live streaming himself. He's on his second channel live streaming.
Oh, he is. I just told him to fucking get in here. I mean, his fucking live streaming is gonna be. He'll be able to live stream it on his original channel in like I think like a week.
Yeah. He's on that second channel doing a live stream.
Oh, okay.
I'm still debating if I should start going back doing live streams.
I don't see why not. I'm fucking happy I got my live streams back. Fucking so happy when I first got my November 6th, I got my live streams back. But I'm debating whether to live stream the game on Sunday. Probably will. We'll see. I'll make a decision by Saturday whether I'm going to live stream the game on Sunday because I'm definitely going to watch the Patriots game. That's at 3:00, which is perfect time because by the time that's over, the Eagles game will be on. Eagles Viking games will be on. So we'll by the time we'll see. It'll be nice. It'll be a good day. Watch a good day for football. see here. All right.
Hey, can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of moments where I'm having trouble hearing you guys.
No, I hear you clear. Loud and clear.
Well, I hear you clear now, but earlier it was kind of breaking up a little bit.
All right. Get on.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna end this right now. I appreciate everybody joining today and getting into the conversation. I know we weren't really going crazy with the comments in the live, the live stream chat today, but today was just a different day because like I said before, got Colton here, a lifelong Vikings fan, and yeah, I think it was more of a good thing that happened today with how the chat stream went today. So I was actually happy with it.
Sweet.
And that's really it. So yeah, that's it. So that's all I gotta say, guys. This is it's been fun. So we'll probably be live streaming Saturday. I'll schedule a time, probably around the same time, 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. So I'll schedule one on Saturday, and we'll get this shit going. So I will see you guys later. Joey Shake 72 out with Spunky 1991 and Colton, and that's it, guys. So we will see you.
See ya.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.